welcome to Schoolhouse Quiz. We hope you will enjoy this special presentation brought to you by the 6th Hour Advanced Mass Media class. And now, here's Tracy.
Thank you for joining us. Our guests for today are Christy Robinette and Jeff Stillman from Clark School, and Angel Evangelist and Bucky Buchanan from Longfellow. We're going to start off today with a series of 5-point questions. The first one to get their hand up will get first shot at answering. If you miss the question, it will automatically go to the other team for answering. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Who invented the telephone? Jeff.
Alexander Graham Bell.
5 points for Clark. Who stars in the video Thriller? Bucky.
Michael Jackson.
That's correct. 5 points for Longfellow. Name one president that was assassinated. Jeff.
Abraham Lincoln.
That's correct. 5 points for Clark. How many inches in a foot? Bucky.
12.
5 points for Longfellow. Who is the president of the United States? Angel.
Ronald Reagan.
5 points for Longfellow. How many players play on a basketball team? Angel?
4.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Jeff?
6.
No, that's also incorrect. The correct answer is 5. Identify this man. He was the first president. Bucky.
George Washington.
5 points for Longfellow. How many months in a year? Bucky.
12.
5 more points for Longfellow. What is the sum of 6 and 9? Bucky.
15.
5 points for Longfellow. Now we're going to stop and check our score. Our score stands at Clark 10 and Longfellow 30. Now we'll continue with our 5-point questions. How many hours in one day? Bucky.
24.
5 points for Longfellow. Name 3 Detroit professional sports teams. Jeff.
Detroit Lions, Detroit Tigers, and Detroit Pistons.
That's correct. 5 points for Clark. What is the product of 19 and 0? Bucky?
19.
No, that's incorrect. Jeff?
0.
That's correct. 5 points for Clark. What is the name of the tallest building in Hazel Park? Angel?
The Renaissance Center.
No, that's incorrect. Clark?
I knew it, no, I went blank.
The correct answer is the Holiday Inn. Name 4 United States presidents. Jeff?
Ronald Reagan. First names and last names, or
First names and last names, or just last names? Either one.
Carter, Ford, and Washington.
That's correct. 5 points for Clark. Name 1 Detroit newspaper. Bucky.
Tribune.
That's correct. Oh. No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Clark. Jeff.
The Detroit News.
That's correct. 5. What is the product of 2 and 9? Jeff.
18.
That's correct. 5 points for Clark. What is the capital city of Michigan? Bucky.
Lansing.
That's correct. 5 points for Longfellow. Who is the mayor of Detroit? Jeff.
Coleman Young.
5 points for Clark. Name the 2 junior high schools in Hazel Park. Jeff.
Webb Junior High and Beecher.
5 points for Clark. Now we're going to stop and check our score. Our score stands at Clark 45 and Longfellow 40. Now we'll continue with our 5-point questions. Name 3 elementary schools in Hazel Park. Bucky.
Clark, Hazel Park, Longfellow.
Jeff?
Clark, Longfellow, and Webster.
That's correct. What popular fairy tale tells about a beautiful girl, her two mean stepsisters, her stepmother, Christy.
Cinderella.
5 points for Clark. Mr. T plays B.A. Baracus. Angel.
On the A team.
5 points for Longfellow. Name 5 of the 9 planets in our solar system. Jeff.
Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto.
5 points for Clark. What is the zip code of Hazel Park? Angel.
48030.
5 points for Longfellow. What is the product of 9 and 3? Jeff.
27.
5 points for Clark. The score is now Clark 65 and Longfellow 50. Now we're going to move into our 10-point questions. Name 2 cities that border Hazel Park. Bucky.
Madison Heights and Warren.
10 points for Longfellow. Name 1 county that borders Oakland. Bucky.
Macomb.
That's correct. 10 points for Longfellow. Spell possession. Jeff.
Possession.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Longfellow, spell possession. Angel.
Possession. Possession.
No, that's also incorrect. The correct spelling is Possession. Possession. What county do we live in? Angel.
Hazel Park.
No, that's incorrect. Jeff.
Oakland.
That's correct. 10 points for Clark. What is the subject and the verb in the following sentence? The children ran very fast. Bucky.
The subject is children. The verb is ran.
That's correct. 10 points for Longfellow. How many quarters in $2? Bucky.
8.
That's correct. 10 points for Longfellow. What is the product of 15 and 3? Oh, that's 115 and 3, excuse me.
345.
No, that's incorrect, but you didn't raise your hand. So if no one can answer, the correct answer is 450. In what month does summer begin? Bucky?
June.
That's correct. 10 points for Longfellow. What is the name of the largest state in the United States? Bucky?
Alaska.
10 points for Longfellow. Now we're going to stop and check our score. Our score is Clark 75 and Longfellow 110. Now we'll continue with our 10-point questions. What is the name of the United States national anthem? Jeff?
The Star Spangled Banner.
10 points for Clark. How many states are in the United States? Jeff?
50.
10 points for Clark. How many syllables are in the word publicity? Angel?
4.
10 points for Longfellow. What 2 countries border the United States? Jeff?
Canada and Mexico.
That's correct. 10 points for Clark. Who is the governor of Michigan? Jeff?
James Blanchard.
10 points for Clark. How many feet in a yard? Jeff?
3.
That's correct. 10 more points for Clark. How many years in a decade? Angel?
10.
10 points for Longfellow. What is the largest ocean? Jeff?
Pacific Ocean.
That's correct. 10 points for Clark. Spell delicious. Jeff?
Delicious. D-E-L-I.
That's correct. 10 points for Clark. Spell extraordinary. Jeff?
E-X-T-R-A-O-R-D-I-N-A-R-Y.
That's correct. 10 points for Clark. Now we're going to stop and check our score. The score is Clark 155 and Longfellow 130. Now we're going to move into our 15-point questions. Name 3 out of the 5 Great Lakes. Jeff.
Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, and Lake Huron.
That's correct. 15 points for Clark. What is the largest planet in the solar system? Bucky.
The Sun.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Jeff?
Jupiter.
That's correct. 15 points for Clark. In a leap year, how many days does February have? Christy.
29.
That's correct. 15 points for Clark. Name 2 branches of the United States military services. Jeff.
Air Force and Army.
That's correct. 15 points for Clark. If you are depositing money at a bank, you are A, putting money in, or B, Jeff.
A, putting money in.
That's correct. 15 points for Clark. Name 1 month that has 30 days in it. Jeff.
April.
15 more points for Clark. Who is the Vice President of the United States? Jeff.
George Bush.
15 points for Clark. Spell preparation. Jeff.
Preparation.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Longfellow. Spell preparation. Angel.
Preparation, Preparation.
That's correct. 15 points for Longfellow. Spell mysterious. Jeff.
Mysterous.
No, that's incorrect. Angel.
Mysterious, Mysterious.
That's correct. 15 points for Longfellow. What is the adjective in the following sentence? Mary was in an awful hurry. Bucky.
Awful.
That's correct. 15 points for Longfellow. Spell February. Bucky.
February. February.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Clark, spell February. Christy.
Capital February.
That's correct. 15 points for Clark. How many nickels in $1.05? Bucky.
21.
That's correct. 15 points for Longfellow. How many years in a century? Angel.
100.
That's correct. 15 more points for Longfellow. Spell mosquito. Jeff.
Mosquito. Mosquito.
That's correct. 15 points for Clark. Spell lieutenant. Jeff.
Lieutenant.
No, that's incorrect. Longfellow, spell lieutenant. Angel.
Lieutenant, Lieutant.
No, that's also incorrect. The correct spelling is L-I-E-U-T-E-A-N. No, L-I-E-U-T-E-N-A-N-T, excuse me. Spell sympathetic. Jeff.
Sympathetic. Symphethetic.
No, that's incorrect. Longfellow. Angel.
Sympathetic, Sympatic.
No, that's incorrect. The correct spelling is Sympathetic. Sympathetic. Now we're going to stop and check our score. The correct score is Clark, 290, and Longfellow, 205. Now we'll move into our 25-point questions. How many degrees in a circle? Bucky?
360.
That's correct. 25 points for Longfellow. Is the current president a Democrat or a Republican? Jeff?
A Republican.
That's correct. 25 points for Clark. How many ounces are in a quart? Jeff?
16.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Longfellow, how many ounces are in a quart? Bucky?
32.
That's correct. 25 points for Longfellow. What number comes after 220 and before 250, and all the numbers are the same? Jeff?
222.
That's correct. 25 points for Clark. Who is the mayor of either Hazel Park or Ferndale? Bucky?
Blanchard.
No, I'm sorry. That's incorrect. Clark? Who is the mayor of either Hazel Park or Ferndale? Jeff?
James B. Avery.
That's correct. Clark earns 25 points. Now we're going to stop and check our score with 4 questions to go. Our score stands at Clark 365 and Longfellow 255. At this point, anyone can win. Spell allegiance. Angel?
Allegiance. ALLIGENCE.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Clark, spell allegiance. Jeff?
ALLIENGENCE.
No, I'm sorry, that's also incorrect. The correct spelling is ALLEGIANCE, allegiance. What is the basic unit of mass? A, gram, B, kilogram, C, meter. Jeff?
Graham.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Longfellow? Bucky?
Kilogram.
That's correct. 25 points for Longfellow. What is the name of the city across the Detroit River from Detroit? Bucky?
Toronto.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Clark? What is the name of the city across the Detroit River from Detroit? Christy?
Windsor.
That's correct. 25 points for Clark. Spell analysis. Jeff?
Analysis. ANALISYS.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Longfellow, spell analysis. Angel?
Analysis. ANALIS.
No, I'm sorry, that's also incorrect. The correct spelling is ANALYSIS or ANALYSES. Last question. Spell manipulation. Bucky?
Manipulation. MINIPULATION.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Clark, spell manipulation. Jeff?
MUNLIPUTION.
I'm sorry, that's also incorrect. The correct spelling is MANIPULATION, manipulation. Our winner is Clark with 390, and our second place is, of course, Longfellow. All participants will receive a certificate, but Clark will be back with us in the finals. Thank you for joining us, and thank you. We hope we'll see you next week.